Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. So you're used to me throwing in here in my garage, but we're going to try something a little bit different. So we're just going to go outside and see something that I've set up earlier today. And so I'll run a video alongside so you can see me setting it up in a second. But here we go. So let me just switch the camera around. And here we go, what looks to the naked eye like I've just left the hose pipe out in the garden, you might see what I've tried to achieve. So we stand back here and we can see my outdoor setup. So I've got the board on the wall there and my Oche down here. So I'll play a video now to show exactly what I was doing. There's a lot of contentiousness about whether the Oche itself should be 7'9"1/4" from the board in a straight line, or whether the Oche should be curved. So as you'll see, I measured it out earlier using a tape measure on the board, and then put that to the ground. So it's 293 centimeters, or 9 feet 7.5 from the bullseye diagonally to the floor. Obviously, if we move that around laterally, it's not going to be a straight line, it's going to be a curve. So if you watch in the Premier League, Rob Cross this year, he had a throw where he had to move so far over to his right that people thought that that was an illegal throw. It probably was based on where the Oche was, but a lot of people have said, should the Oche be curved? So what I'm going to do today, out here is a lovely evening, I'm going to have a throw in my garden and see if it's any easier throwing from straight on or more of a 45-degree angle. So let's see what sort of scores we can get on the board. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to throw from sort of a 45-degree angle from the board, so I won't be throwing directly in front. There's enough videos on my channel for you to have a look at and see just how good I am throwing them from the front. So I'm just going to throw from 45 degrees. See if it is any easier, any harder. Obviously the angle is going to make it harder, but see just how hard it is. So I'll start with doing some scoring and see how we get on. Oof. Okay, so depth perception was really hard to figure out there. So the first dart was miles over. I was aiming at the treble 20 there. So just a bit of an adjustment. You can see the angle they go in on the board. So let's try again, make that adjustment and hit the treble 20. Okay, it doesn't feel impossible. The margins of error are a lot smaller, but I'll keep going. I want to try and hit a ton really if I can. That's impossible. I can see that the angle it goes in on, and a bit of an old board too, it's going to be hard really to get the dart to stay in there. I'll go for a bullseye in a bit as well, but I can't see that's going to actually go into the bed itself. Oof. Okay, the 19s feel much more achievable, but I'll keep going on the treble 20. Your margin for error is just so much slimmer, it feels like you're aiming at half the bed, which I suppose on this angle you are. There we go, we got one in the treble 20 there, so it's doable, they'll stay in. So consider that a little bit of a success. Let's have a go at the bullseye. I suppose this is as good a point of any to move all the way across. There we go. I can hit it with a bit of a shuffle. So in general, that suggests to me that the ideal distance hasn't really changed so much. My very first dart, the depth perception was off, but there, just an adjustment moving around the curve rather than a straight line meant I could throw with faith of the distance that I'm used to throwing and not having to readjust, because that one came out lovely and went straight in the bullseye. Okay, so let's try and go for a distant one. So this may feel longer than the normal distances. Obviously, we measure straight from the bullseye for a straight throw, and obviously the board is flat, so everything is relatively the similar distance. Whereas on here, there's going to be an extra 7 or 8 inches between the bullseye and the double 18 than what there would have been if I was stood straight on. So I'll try and hit a couple of double 18s, see if I can hit that, and I'll imagine I'm going to have to give it a little bit extra to get it there. If that is the case, I'll try the same with the 16s and see if it takes a bit less. Wild. Felt very similar. So they don't feel too bad. The only thing is the angle's even more against you throwing from that distance. Okay, I'm not too disappointed with that double 18, double 4. There's not much of a difference. It's hittable. So let's try double 16 and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, that feels really close. Oof. Okay, that might be hard. Going for the double 16 on the near side of the board is noticeably harder. Going from the far side, it didn't feel too much different. Going for the bullseye and scoring felt about right. So it's interesting. Obviously, all of the Ochis that you've ever played on, same as me, are straight lined. There's been much discussion on whether they should be curved. Obviously not to the extent that I've thrown from today, but whether there should be a gradual curve so that the pros and for amateurs when they're playing in the pub, if they need to move to the side, are they being penalised by having to throw the further distance? Or should we have a curved Oche, not necessarily with a hose pipe like this, but if somebody can make an innovation in which you can have a curved line, then why not? What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you think it should be a curved Oche or straight, or if you don't care. But there you go. That's the difference really of throwing out here. There's not a huge amount of difference. The near side of the board feels really close. Otherwise, they were pretty good. So, okay, if you haven't already, remember to like the videos, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.